All right, so bear with me, guys, until I get my tripod. Trying to get a little studio set up. You got two kids in a three-bedroom house. You know, two of those bedrooms get occupied by your children. It is what it is. No man cave anymore. But so we're gonna start talking about the trash movie that is Halloween 2018. Okay, and I'm still learning how to edit and get all this stuff done on here. I'm old, but I never cared about editing YouTube videos, so I gotta educate myself. Growing up as a kid, my parents introduced me to the movie It when I was about 5 years old. Scared the living hell out of me, right? Tim Curry was a genius. Much as it scared me, I liked that feeling a little, right? So around 6 or 7, my parents, I don't know if it's good parenting, but they introduced me, they were like, all right, let me see. So I don't remember what day it was, if I did it on behind their back, but I watched Halloween, the original, and I was hooked. So 7-year-old Nick, hooked. Michael Myers was the coolest thing I've ever seen, right? The movie was great. It was slow-paced. It was tension-building. Obviously, now as an adult, you're like, Jesus Christ, Jamie Lee Curtis. You could have killed the guy 15 times over. Besides the point, right? Okay. It was a great movie. It's creepy. Any dude could throw a mask on and just come kill a bunch of people out of the blue, right? Big guy, escapes a mental hospital, got the doctor chasing him. Dr. Loomis gives you a little bit of the backstory. Picking off her friends one by one and just stalking, and that face, which obviously is a William Shatner mask, that they just doctored up a little bit. It's creepy. It's just a good classic horror movie. So I was hooked. They made Halloween 2, which was literally like the same day continuation. Not as good by any means. And then they introduced the storyline of her being his sister, which I back then didn't care about. Like, okay, cool, whatever, that's his sister, and it is what it is. And the hospital chase scenes and stuff like that, not as scary as the first one, but it still had some cool scenes. Shout out to that movie. That was the first pair of boobs I ever saw on screen, in the hot tub scene. Nice. But no, I mean, they had some scenes, the ending was cool though, right? Like, okay, I get it. Blows him up, shoots himself. He got shot in the face it was a little much, right? Like, he gets shot in the eyes, which I don't know if people are familiar with, like, what's behind your eyes, but that is your brain. So it was a little weird. Like, okay, I get, like, the first movie, you shot him a couple times in the chest. It could be explained in a way that, he survived. And then you just kind of move on. But then you get shot in the eyes twice with, I think it was like a magnum. He had like a revolver. I mean, he would have blew his brains out. And he's swinging the little blade. I think that really took away from it too. The movie, like, he had a little scalpel, and it's like a little weird to see Michael Myers with this tiny little knife. But whatever, a good solid sequel. Okay. Halloween 2, they blow up. Blah, blah, blah. Obviously, freaking money-hungry studios. Let's keep it going. But let's take Michael Myers out of the mix and make Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Fine. Whatever the hell you want to do. You want to make it an anthology series? That's fine. Honestly, it's more... There was more thought put into Halloween 3 than there was in any of the other sequels ever. Continuing on, though, we get, 4, 5... Then they made a good movie in H2O. I know a lot of people are like, about it because the mask was like CGI. I thought it was great, right? If you're going to continue that storyline, forget the other movies ever happened. She gets attacked in the hospital. Skip 20 years later, she's still traumatized, which makes sense. Okay, here's the thing, guys. That made sense because Halloween 1 and Halloween 2 are in canon with Halloween H2O. Her being that traumatized, moving away, starting a new life, being an alcoholic, all of that makes perfect sense. She's a little bit schizo now. Okay, she got traumatized. Not one night. The dude kept following her. He had an actual reason to follow her, and then, yes, it was blood related. All that makes sense. Okay. H2O by far is the perfect ending ever to any horror series ending ever. Studios get money hungry. Halloween Resurrection. Oh, we swapped him out. He really was swapped out with a guy, but we crushed his larynx and he just walked away and he's alive, blah, blah, blah. We kill off Jamie Lee Curtis right in the beginning, and then we got Busta Rhymes doing jiu-jitsu, kicking his ass. A horrible movie. Horrible. Got people chatting and live streaming. Okay, I get it. It was trying to be modern. I don't get it, but like, I if you're gonna make the movie, I guess you were trying to appeal to modern internet tech kids. Okay, whatever. Okay, Halloween Resurrection came out. It sucked. Rob Zombie comes along. Okay, Rob Zombie's movie comes out. I'm hyped. I'm like, oh, cool, a different thing. It's new. Here's the thing with the Rob Zombie movies, okay? The dude, Tyler Mane, that plays Michael Myers was legit perfect casting. Everything else sucked, okay? It was literally, you took the first movie is like a cute, white, God forbid, white family in like the middle of the suburbs with this cute kid, and Jamie Lee Curtis is this sweet little girl, and it's like, okay, and then this little boy snaps, kills his sister. Random. Pardon my French, freaking scary. Why did this little kid do that? I got little kids. Sometimes my son, he scares me. I'm like, I don't know. So it's creepy. Throws on a little clown mask and he kills her. Take the mask off, pan to his face, he's dead inside. Rob Zombie's movie, it's like, okay, well, we could kind of see why this kid would kill his family. They're horrible humans. They're horrible pieces of trash. They're like white trash, like trailer trash, garbage people with the stepdad and the sister's a whore, and it's just like, what? Well, of course. It's not that scary, like, of a thought. Like, that kid could snap at any time. Yeah, he's got the worst, like, upbringing of all time. His mom's a stripper. And by the way, dear Rob Zombie, your wife sucks at acting. Stop casting her. And if you do cast her, make her a tiny little minor role. Anyway. That butchered it from the get-go. And then it was just like this Carnage Candy, Halloween movie, which I get. The gore is cool, but it's not. The Halloween doesn't need gore. It never did. Okay? The first movie was not a blood fest of any means. Scream, one of my favorite movies of all time, wasn't a gore fest. Yeah, I know they show guts, but it wasn't about the gore. It was about the whodunit with Scream. And with Halloween, it was like, he's everywhere. How? He freaking walks, but he's everywhere. And he's quiet, and he says nothing, and there's no method to his madness. He's just a killing machine. This movie, you're like, oh, I know why this kid did that. He's being brought up, living with, I don't know, the White family. If you guys know that reference, great film. Anyways, so we got that, and then they gave him a second one. I have no idea why he talks to like a horse. I have no idea what happened in the remake part 2. Anyway, scratch that. Scratch everything. Here we go, baby. We're starting from Halloween 1, and nothing else happened. We're getting Halloween 2018. I was so excited for this movie. 2018, I was 28 years old. I'm old. I don't care. All right? I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. I cannot wait to see this movie. Comes out, I leave the theaters, and I am pissed. Okay? Number one, here's the thing with this whole movie. The writing was so piss poor. Okay? So, we're to believe that Halloween 2 never happened, so there's no blood relation to Jamie Lee Curtis's character and to Michael Myers. Okay? Michael Myers basically in one night killed a couple of her friends and tried to kill her while she was babysitting some kids. That's the ending of Halloween 1. Dr. Loomis shoots him. He disappears. Okay. He then gets caught in this film, locked away for 30 years. He's in jail in a psych ward. She's traumatized for the rest of her life. Meaning knowing there's no real reason he would attack her ever again. It was just some dude in a mask that was a psychopath. Doesn't know who you are. Okay? So we're taking this all into effect now, right? We're removing that storyline that they're related. He has no idea who the hell you are. Okay? And at that point, I don't know how old Michael was. Whatever. So he's locked up in this asylum till he's 70 years old, he looks like. They have these two podcasters, which, what the hell was that about? Who are allowed into a maximum security prison or mental institution to show a serial killer his mask. Okay. Yeah, and there's a reason for that, obviously, as the movie fucking freaking stupidly continues. Okay. Shows him the mask, and he's like, "Argh," and he pulls some chains. They don't show you his old-looking face. Okay, great. Jamie Lee Curtis is like a hermit, okay, with an arsenal of weaponry in her basement, okay? I'm not kidding. She's got every gun in the world under there. Her whole entire house is set to trap a man who she hasn't had any interaction with for 30, 40, I don't even know the timeline anymore because I don't care. She somehow is such a hermit, but yet has children and a granddaughter, okay? She's so terrified about her life that she decides to reproduce and have children. Why the hell would you do that? Okay, so we're going to just continue on with that crappy writing. She's a hermit. She's all nervous about everything. Her daughter is married to a gay guy, I guess, who put peanut butter on his penis. I don't care about being gay. I don't care about any of that, but the guy was written as a gay guy. I don't understand why they wrote him as a comic relief / almost gay guy. He's useless in the movie, as is the daughter. And then they have the granddaughter, Allison, who obviously they had more planned for in the 2 other movies that got made from this piece of garbage. So the movie starts, and Michael's getting transferred to somewhere for reasons, and the bus crashes, and he's loose. There's a scene where this redneck dad and his son, who, again, I guess they're trying to say is gay or feminine, because he's like, I want to dance and not hunt, Dad. Why don't you want me to go dancing? And the dad's just like, oh, okay. And then dies, both of them, because the bus crashes and they go to check on it. And I guess the impact was to be like, look, Michael will kill gay children. Oh my God, he will not stop at anything. Okay, so he's loose. Jamie Lee Curtis is now, I don't know, convinced he's coming for her, even though he doesn't know who she is, and she never left the town that has this guy that she's terrified of for 40 years. And of course, there's a school dance, and she's like, don't go to the dance, granddaughter. Michael Myers is loose. And so Michael Myers somehow finds these podcasters at a gas station. He's 75 years old, rips or bashes a cashier's skull into the countertop. Nobody hears it. He steals a man's jumpsuit, which is just perfect size. He goes into the bathroom because he knows that the woman podcaster would just be taking a dump. He then gives her teeth. He puts teeth, he drops teeth at her feet, which is odd. And then we have the dumbest scene of all time. She tries to climb underneath the seats. He's obviously there. She thinks that she's going to get away. She's not. And then the other guy walks in, and he's like, oh, oh, that's Michael Myers. Puts up literally no fight at all. Meanwhile, he sees a dead guy. He doesn't grab a weapon. It's so bad. And then this 75-year-old man manhandles the both of them, kills them both, knows that his mask is in their trunk, takes the mask off. Oh, it's this iconic scene of him putting his mask back on. Okay. All right. Whatever. The mask must mean something to him. Fine. Okay. So he's just out now. Now Michael's back in business. He has his mask on, and of course it's Halloween night, and of course that means that nobody would think twice about a dude in a mask, and he is now terrorizing the town by just randomly walking into people's homes in 2000 whatever with no bling cameras, ring cameras, no alerts, no nothing, and he's just mowing these people down. It's so stupid, and it makes literally no sense. And he's killing everyone, and okay, the town of Haddonfield is back to being haunted by Michael Myers. Okay, whatever. The killing of the people in the town, all right, I guess. Okay. But now it gets dumber, okay? Because now we have a babysitter and her boyfriend watching this little kid, who's the best part of the movie. He's funny. And they're watching this little kid. She's the granddaughter's friend. And Michael's there, hiding in a closet somehow. I don't know how. I don't know why. How would he know any of this is happening? But he's hiding in a closet. And he kills the babysitter, and I guess off screen kills the boyfriend, and the little kid runs out. And then the cop and Jamie Lee Curtis are looking for Michael Myers. They see him, they shoot. She thinks him, but it's a mirror. He then walks right out of the house at a snail's pace. The cop completely misses killing him. He walks around back. Jamie Lee Curtis just shoots him. He's, of course, fine. Disappears. It's so embarrassing that they just don't. And Danny McBride wrote this movie, and I cannot figure out what the hell drugs he was on when he wrote this movie. Something had to have happened from the studio where they were like, this movie has to make no sense, or else we're not going to give you the budget. So he just disappears, gets shot in the middle of a neighborhood where they're both there. The only ways in or out are, the front yard or the backyard. He's gone. Right? Okay, so now he's gone. Sorry, I don't have a tripod yet, but I'm making this because I need to vent. And we have, now we're in a cop car driving around looking for Michael Myers again. Oh, I forgot to mention the doctor, who's there's this doctor character, Dr. Loomis 2.0, who survived the bus crash. Okay. He survived, but everybody else is dead. Oh. He survives. Well, the doctor, Jamie Lee Curtis, and the cop are looking for Michael Myers. Michael Myers then kills the granddaughter, her boyfriend's best friend, some fat kid who likes her. He is in a backyard where there's motion detectors for lighting, and apparently Michael Myers knows everywhere the spotlight will be, and then when it's off, he just sprints and gets there and just waits, and then sprints to the next one and gets there, and it's supposed to look scary, but it's absolutely stupid if you just know how modern things work. Here's the thing. We're in 2018 at that point. Give us a break. Don't question our intelligence. It's not scary. If you want to make it scary, honestly, what's more scary is just slow, maniacal tension. Tension scary. Not jump scares, not this crap with the lights coming on. Michael Myers is a killing machine who walks through homes and stabs people right in the face, broad daylight, and closes blinds in the beginning of the movie, but now he's waiting for spotlights to come on to kill this kid. It doesn't make any sense. Okay? Kills him, he stabs him, he impales his face on the fence post. I don't care. I had no feeling towards this kid. He's a horribly written character. They all are. The boyfriend is a shitty person. He like throws her phone in pudding. And in 2018, you're just like, oh, that phone's never going to work again. As if you can't take a phone out of pudding and it work immediately after that. I don't get it. So they were like, how do we get rid of her phone? And one of the guys was like, throw it in some pudding. Great idea, idiot. Wow, we're robbing people at this point because we're so stupid. We're going to throw it in pudding and a phone won't work in 2018. 2018 is what, the iPhone 12? I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyways, the pudding phone's broken, so she's now without phone. She sees Fat Man get impaled. She's running. She almost gets hit by the cop car. She gets in. The cop car... I'm sorry. Jamie Lee Curtis is not. No, yeah, they're all together. I don't even care. It has nothing to do with who's where. The cop finds the granddaughter running in the streets with the doctor. Okay, Jamie Lee Curtis is not with them. I don't even know. I don't care. I'm not rewatching the movie. This is coming all off of my brain because I hate it that much that most of it's implemented in my brain, almost scene by scene. Cop, doctor, granddaughter, driving around, cop, truck. They see Michael Myers. Cop runs him over. Meanwhile, it makes no sense. He hits him with his car, then gets out. Of course, Michael Myers is fine, mind you. He's like, I'm going to kill this guy. And the doctor's like, no, don't. I have to have an accent because Dr. Loomis did. Cop goes to shoot him. And then, oh my God, the twist ending is that the doctor stabs the cop in the throat and kills him. Why? Makes no gosh darn sense. And then he's like, I want to see what Michael does in his environment. And then the cop... Oh, by the way, the cop lives in this crap trilogy somehow, even though he's stabbed by a penknife that's serrated that would cut your artery and leave, like, unrepairable wounds. But that's for another movie. The doctor throws on Michael's mask, and he looks like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like the stupidest thing, because the doctor's like 5'2", and he's wearing the Michael Myers mask. He looks like, what was that, in E.T. when the guy wears the Yoda mask? It was so stupid and horrible. He is all of 5'4". He gets Michael Myers' unconscious body into a cop truck, into a cop car. Oh my God. And he puts Michael Myers next to the granddaughter, and they're driving, and he wants to bring him to see something, and of course, Michael Myers wakes up, and he starts kicking the car, and kicking the driver's seat, and makes the guy crash, and or pull over, right by Laurie Strode's house. Mind you, they don't know each other about anything, but it happens to be right by Laurie Strode's house, where she lives in the woods like a recluse, but boom, it's there, and that's where they stop. And there's two cops that are protecting Laurie Strode, or the road. I don't even care anymore. And they stop the car. Michael gets out because he's still alive, and he's 75 years old, and a car crash, a giant truck SUV hitting him, no problem. The doctor gets out, and his whole twist is just shattered, and it's just a way to get Michael from point A to point B to be in Laurie Strode's house, and it is the dumbest writing of all time, and I've watched Hallmark channels with my wife that I would rather watch 10 times over than this crap that they greenlit as a Halloween movie. He's like, oh, look at you. And Michael stomps his face, and it looks like a watermelon, like you were at a Gallagher concert. It is the worst gore effect I've ever seen. And then he just gets out of the car, and the granddaughter is like, oh, wow, we're right by my grandma's house. I know these woods like the back of my hand. You wouldn't. It's pitch black. She runs into the woods. I don't blame her for that. Then Michael off-screen kills these two cops, and then it's the final showdown at the complex that is Laurie Strode's house, and it gets worse. It gets worse, people. Weird Dad is outside, and they're like, get in the house, everyone. We're boarding up the house. And Weird Dad dies, and no one cares. The daughter doesn't care. The wife doesn't care. He gets strangled by bells. Maybe another gay context. I don't know why he got killed by bells. But all I do know is that this man just died, and no one cared. Not his wife, not his daughter, not his mother-in-law. Nobody gave a crap. Okay. So, Michael Myers is clearly outside, and for reasons, he wants to kill Laurie Strode now. Her house is built for this. He breaks through the front door window. He grabs her. They have this fight. She runs into upstairs where she has a bunch of mannequins hiding, or he goes upstairs. I don't even know if this horrible cat and mouse game breaks out, and it leads to finally, like, the roles reversing of, like, when Michael fell out the window in the first movie, Laurie falls out the window in this movie, and then he looks and she's not there, and it's like, oh my god, nostalgia. And it made no sense, and because she's old as shit too, so her falling out of a window would have probably killed her. Anyways, we get to the final scene. You know, she shoots him, he's missing thumbs, he doesn't die, but his limbs fall off, thank God. She has an arsenal of weaponry in her basement. Remember I said that in the beginning of this video. An arsenal. Okay. Their big goal at the end was that they get him in the basement, and instead of blowing him away with every weapon that you have and making sure there's nothing left of him, they have this, she rigged the house to burn down, where she pulls this lever and these metal bars trap you in the basement. And I'm not kidding you, he's standing there, right in the stairway, looking at her. And they have guns. They don't shoot him. They let this, she has it rigged to where she has these gas lines throughout her house, that it's going to burn her house down with him in the basement. They just bounce. They don't make sure he's dead. They don't do anything. And then, again, she lives in the middle of nowhere. I live in a somewhat secluded area. Maybe a couple cars go down my road at night. Maybe. This is way secluded where she lives. They get out of their house. I don't know. She's bleeding. I think he stabbed her. I don't care. A truck is just coming down the road at 3 a.m. Picks up these 3 screaming chicks bleeding. And that's the end of the movie. So this woman has been preparing for this night for her entire life. She gets the chance to finally confront her boogeyman. And again, there's her granddaughter, her daughter, all in the house, with really one point of entry for the dude, with an arsenal of weapons. They don't decide to blow his brains out. Then the little shitty fight happens, and everybody, the daughter and the granddaughter are just, oh no, scared. They fight. Again, she traps him finally in her big plan of trapping him in this basement, where he's literally standing there in the basement on the stairs staring at them. They don't blow his brains out again. Her genius idea that she plotted for 30 goddamn years is, I'm gonna burn my house down with him in the basement. Not stay around and make sure that he doesn't survive this burning down, because Guy survived getting shot and falling out of a window, and then getting hit by a car, and then getting shot by you earlier in the day. You wouldn't want to make sure this guy's dead, burnt to a crisp, and you rip his head off. No. You gotta just be like, nah, he's burned down. I'm a 47-year-old woman. There's no way I didn't do this right, where there's any flaws where he can get out of the floorboards because they get weakened immediately by fucking heat. Right? No, impossible. And they leave. And then the movies continue. There's 2 more after that. And they're like, oh, he got out. The floorboards are weak and he got out. And he's also, mind you, at that point, I'm not talking about the other movies because they get worse and worse. Honestly, the third one would have been cooler if they just had Michael Myers be dead and the other kid just be Michael Myers. Halloween 2018 is the dumbest movie ever. It ruined the franchise. It's crap. I get that they made money and that's because people are dumb. People who like it, I don't get it, but to each their own. If you think about it really, and you think about just how much it's just a smack in the face of what the original was, it's horrible. It's horrible on every level, and the writing is so bad, and the acting is whatever, but it's just so bad. And it's a shame because Halloween, they could have really done something there. And Danny McBride shocked me because Danny McBride's a good actor. I guess he was I'm hoping he was trying to like do the comic relief parts, but actually I'm hoping not because they were horrible. There's nothing funny about the movie except for the little kid that they were babysitting. He was funny because they were like, he's like, I'm not going up there. I'm going to die. There's a killer in there. And boom, he was right. He ran away. Guys, rewatch it. Rewatch it and then listen to this, or listen to this and then rewatch it. And I bet you will see things differently. It's so bad. It's so stupid. Everything is just like a subplot to get from A to B. Like the podcasters were just a way for him to get his mask, which made no sense. The doctor was just a way to get him to Laurie Strode's house. That big twist meant nothing. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do it. It was just so stupid. All of it. Dumb. The boyfriend putting the pudding in the thing so she doesn't have a phone to tell everybody that she's... It's just so bad and horrible. And, like, the deaths aren't even that good in the movie. Oh, God. Halloween 2018 is abomination.